This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
I'm Mike Hebert, owner of Cantex Roofing and Construction. Every day is game day, and we'll get it right when it comes to your roofing, construction, windows, and mirrors. Call Cantex Roofing and Construction today. Together, we are one serving you.
Jamie Lent, Jeff McGuire, I'm Chuck Heinz. We'll have Red Raider Baseball. First pitch about 12 hours from now from Danlaw Field at Rip Griffin Park. The weather was a little iffy here yesterday. It was just kind of cloudy and got a little windy. It never really got stormy or anything. Never got any lightning or anything, but just kind of one of those things that just kind of got a little, So hopefully get a sunny sky today and pleasant for the patrons that go out to the ball game tonight. So that'll be nice, for everybody, for all involved. Think you get a home run tonight?
Yes.
Okay. Any candidates on your list that would be the likely suspect?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All 9.
Are they swinging for the fences tonight?
Coleman Ryan's going to get his first career home run tonight.
Oh, okay. Nice. You be a soothsayer if that were to happen. Do you think they're bothered? Is Coach Tadlock bothered by that they haven't gotten any home runs?
I don't think they should be bothered by it.
Okay.
I mean, it's a part of your game that you want to be better at or you want to do well. But, I mean, if your offense is still scoring runs.
Yeah, doesn't really matter, right?
I mean, our fans miss out on hearing adios muchacho, but beyond that, I mean, as long as you're scoring runs, that's a good thing, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how you score them.
You have a home run dance or anything that you do in the broadcast booth before or after a home run?
These questions are sometimes a little bit painful.
Just sometimes painful.
Baseball season is interesting for me. I mean, I do get a wide variety of questions from you.
Well, I try to keep it interesting and keep the folks on the edge of their seat, because just
if they're on the edge of their seat, whether I'm doing a home run dance or not.
No, just with my questions. Try to keep the folks at home or in the car or wherever they're listening, their place of business or anything along those lines, just on the edge of their seat. I met a Morning Drive listener at lunch yesterday, Brad. He was very, very nice, very complimentary of our fine radio program. So it's always
kind of him.
It's always nice to, and it's funny. I never run into the people that hate us. I only run into the people that love us.
I would assume that those people are polite enough to just not tell us.
And I'm okay. I'm okay. If somebody comes up to me and says,
go ahead.
And says, "Hey, you know what? I just don't care for you guys. The sauerkraut is just not very good."
I would say keep that to yourself.
Oh, you would? Okay.
Yeah,
I'm okay with it.
You walk up to people that you don't like and tell them you don't like them?
Hey,
just
not everybody.
so you know, I don't like you.
I think there've been some people.
You see people that own businesses in town that you're like, dude, your business is terrible. But hi, I'm Chuck. Your business sucks. You do that? I think people are just polite. If they don't like us, they know not to. I mean, they don't tell us, and I think I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I also appreciate friends that are honest with you.
Sure.
But at the same time, if it's somebody rando that you don't know, just walking up to tell you that they don't like you, or they think you do a poor job at your job, I don't think that's necessary.
Okay.
Now, I will say, I always ask when people say they listen to the show, I was like, do I need to say thank you or I'm sorry? I can do both. I just need to know which. I'm happy to do both.
That's fair. So the draft is next week, and the Dallas Cowboys right now have 2 first-round picks, number 11 and number 20. And, Jamie, there's reports out there, and Jeff, that the Cowboys are looking to trade away or trade up in the draft, and that may involve trading away one of those picks. Obviously, if you're moving up, one of those picks is probably going to go away completely to sweeten the pot, to help them get somebody to replace Micah Parsons, as opposed to just keeping Micah Parsons, although he did get 2 first-round picks. Now, one of the guys that they have kind of looked at and labeled as a potential slot is Reuben Bain Jr., who is from Miami. Now, he's come into the news recently because it's been revealed that he was the driver of a car that had 4 passengers in it, including him, back in March of 2024, that clipped another car, collided with concrete barriers on both sides of the freeway, and resulted in the death of a woman. Now, it also included a couple of teammates with him, one of whom is also an edge rusher. And the parents of the girl have released a statement saying that they, while the death remains incredibly painful for our family, we've worked hard to find peace and move forward. At this time, we're not seeking public attention because this has just come to light, and respectfully request that our family's privacy be honored. We also wish Mr. Bain the best as he continues his life and career. Boy, it's very, very graceful of them to not seek, him to have his life ruined as their daughter's life ended, even though it, I'm sure, will affect him. But it's interesting how we have this conversation about him and other teams. Apparently, they've known this. The scouts have known this. The general managers of various teams have known this. It's not necessarily their news to break. But the Lions general manager, Brad Holmes, says, we've known for a while, so that really doesn't change anything from our standpoint. He didn't say what their standpoint was, but this could be another guy that the Cowboys bring onto their roster that has some questionable actions from his past.
Yeah, I wouldn't imagine there is a single NFL team out there that has crossed them off of their chart because of this.
Yeah.
Would you disagree?
No, I mean it's especially if he's obviously he's come. I don't know if it's to say he's come clean. It's not like he's held a press conference, but also probably has been contrite about it and has probably handled himself with as much grace as he can, and probably has a lot of regret for his actions that night that resulted in the death of a woman.
Right. So, it felt like the point there was that the Cowboys were interested in a shady guy, but everybody is still interested in this guy.
Everybody is, yeah.
Everybody. It's not just the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, it's not just the Dallas Cowboys,
Yeah.
and there's other guys too that they're interested in. The big question is, I guess for me, is you okay with getting rid of one of those picks to trade up and get inside the top 10 to get yourself an edge rusher?
I would be.
Yeah.
If I was a Cowboys fan.
Yeah.
This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Today is Wednesday, April the 15th, 2026. It's tax day. Here is Jeff McGuire with this day in sports history.
Help if I grab the right sheet of paper. Starting in 1911 today, the record no Major League Baseball pitcher wants. Walter Johnson pitches a record-tying 4 strikeout inning.
Has there ever been a 5 strikeout inning?
I don't think so.
Okay.
All I know is Brandon Birdsell did it back-to-back innings to start a game at Rice a few years ago. It was the craziest thing ever.
Wow, that is crazy.
He had 8 strikeouts through 2 innings. Yeah, it was the craziest thing ever. And the third inning featured a new catcher. Because our catcher was on the bus of struggles.
Just,
Yeah.
1927, Yankee slugger Babe Ruth hits number 1 of his record 60 home runs. Tees off on A's Howard Emke. No way I got that right. In the first inning of the Yankees' 6-3 win over Philadelphia. EHMKE. 1947, we teased this day. Jackie Robinson becomes the first African American to play Major League Baseball for the Brooklyn Dodgers. 1958, first baseball game in California took place. San Francisco Giants beat the LA Dodgers 8-0.
okay.
A game that would have been all New York earlier. 1968, Houston Astros beat the New York Mets 1-0 in 24 innings at the Astrodome.
Wow.
Starting pitchers Tom Seaver and Don Wilson pitched 10 and 9 innings retrospectively in a game that lasted 6 hours.
20 innings. What's the longest number of innings that you guys have done?
We did a 16-inning game against ACU many moons ago, a midweek game. And then the Sunday night game with the Aggies in Houston a few years back was a 16-inning jobber as well.
1991, Magic Johnson sets an NBA record for career assists with 9,898.
John Stockton would beat it.
And in 2023, number 21, Texas Tech used early scoring and a dominant relief appearance by Ryan Free against Oklahoma to secure a 9-5 win. Free needed just 66 pitches to complete 5 perfect innings while setting a new career best for strikeouts.
12, I believe. He faced 15 batters and struck out 12 of them. I mean, he was crazy good that day. Crazy good.
It's a weird day for food. It's National Glazed Spiral Ham Day.
I'm a big fan
which
of
I'm
that.
a fan of.
Yeah.
It's also McDonald's Day.
Okay.
I'm also a big fan of.
Yeah.
I don't know that they go together.
But given your choice of your favorite combo from McDonald's or a spiral ham, if it was right in front of you.
McRib, 10 out of 10.
Okay. McRib, 10 out of 10. I would have not have guessed that.
Oh,
Double cheeseburger,
a lot of fond memories
plain and
with
dry,
McRib.
medium fry.
Yeah, I would have guessed that.
Yep.
I don't know about the double, but certainly the cheeseburger, plain and dry.
Yes, by the way, I know they are not real ribs. Yes, I know how they are made. No, I do not care. They are tasty. Happy birthday to Emma Watson, who is 36. Seth Rogen, 44. Maisie Williams is 29. Chris Stapleton is 48. Thomas F. Wilson, you know him better as Biff, is 67. And Jason Sehorn is 55.
Okay.
And on this day, at 2:20 in the morning, in 1912, the British ocean liner Titanic sinks into the North Atlantic Ocean about 400 miles south of Newfoundland, Canada. The massive ship, which carried 2,200 passengers and crew, had struck an iceberg 2.5 hours earlier. And that is this day in sports history.
This day in sports history, 6:50 this morning here on the Morning Drive. Do you buy into some of the theories of, or the theory of the Titanic?
That if you hit an iceberg and punch a bunch of holes in the side of your ship, you're going to sink? Yes, I buy that theory completely.
No, but to finish my sentence, which, you know, I'm certainly guilty of completing sentences before people finish them from time to time on a pretty much occasional basis regularly, that the ship was actually on fire when it left port, you know, from the coal in the that was stored in the bow of the ship, and that the hull was weakened because the ship was actually burning from inside.
Not for a half a second.
You don't believe that?
Not for half a second.
But you've heard that.
I have, and I've heard about 16 different people debunk how that would be possible.
I mean, Jack was down there dancing a jig. He would have known. He would have felt the heat. I mean, Rose was, on her tippy toes. I mean, she would have, her tippy toes were super sensitive. She would have known.
She would have known if the floor was hot.
Yes.
Okay.
You know, when they're down there hiding in cars drawing, you know, stick figures, they would have figured it out. Jack and Rose would have known.
Okay. I get this from my friend Mike with regard to driving on the end of sitting on the edge of my seat. He said, "Thanks a lot, Chuck. I'm driving on the edge of my seat, and I just rear-ended somebody because I couldn't brake fast enough. Quit being so edgy on the show. Got to go. Bye." Thank you, Mike.
That was funny.
That was funny. Let's see here. This from the Yates Flooring Center chat line with regard to the Cowboys. If they just needed a pass rusher, I would feel different. But did you see how bad the defense was last year? Yes. What is the opposite of the 85 Bears? Keep the picks and fill holes. Trade one first to get a second and third even. Too many holes to fill. Jeff, do you agree with that with regard to the Cowboys and their defense?
Did you see how bad they were?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. They've got. I think they've got 11 picks. I think is what the number is. I could be wrong on that. Put all of them on defense. Every single one.
I was going to say, feel free to use all of them. There.
You will not bother me at all doing that at all.
Okay.
More picks to put more holes in defensive spots. Yes, because that means then you've got a backup to play. Because the defense was bad. Very, very, very bad.
Okay. This with regard to home run dances. This person says, I'm sure Jamie gets up and shakes his booty in Hax's face. Buying any of that? No.
I did not expect shaking the booty in Hax's face on the Yates Flooring Center chat line today.
Mm-hmm.
Did not have that on my bingo card.
Okay. We're always looking for new things, new things on the bingo card.
Hax is the one standing. I don't stand.
Okay.
I sit.
Okay. The whole game.
The whole game.
Yeah.
I don't. I mean, I may get up at some point to
stretch or whatever. Yeah.
Quickly go use the restroom, but that's it.
Yeah.
Did you sit and focus? I don't want to miss a single pitch, Chuck.
Yeah. Did you see this about Nikola Jokic? And I'm sure you did. How he is the first player in NBA history since they began looking at statistics this way in the 69-70 season. Leaders are determined by per game averages to lead in both rebounds and assists per game. I mean, that is just amazing when you think about it.
He's a fun player to watch.
The last guy to lead the NBA in both categories, and this probably won't surprise you, although it did surprise me a little bit, was Wilt Chamberlain. That was in 67-68 when leaders were determined by totals. I did not know that until just reading this article. But I had heard of this about Jokic, and I just wanted to kind of get that in. But
you're surprised because, Will scored 100. You would just assume that he wasn't passing much.
Right. Yeah, right.
I heard a comedian once that was like, I can imagine Wilt's teammates in the huddle. Hey, Will, I'm open. Will, in the corner.
I see you.
I'm open. Hey, Will, I'm open.
The Morning Drive podcast from Double T 97.3 is presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Jamie Lent, Jeff McGuire, I'm Chuck Heinz. We're in the midst of it. Jay passed this on earlier. That's Reckham Wednesday, so I'm just going to embrace that. It's also the day the work gets done, so keep that in mind. High School Fan Zone tonight will have coaches from Lubbock High, Coronado Friendship, and Lubbock Cooper as the spring sports is winding down. Here we are in the middle of April. Also, we'll have Red Raider Baseball on the air for you tonight. 6 o'clock for the warm-up show, 6:30, 4:30 for the first pitch today on Double T 97.3. Okay? See if we can nail it down to the very second today. We have Texas Tech football winding down spring drills. They'll have the spring game on Friday night. It's at 6 o'clock over at Jones Stadium. Kenny Perry, who is associate head coach and special teams coordinator, spoke to the media yesterday. He came in with a no stone sign, and that's a no stone zone sign. So it's Stone Harrington, and that's basically they wanted to keep him from kicking field goals inside the 20. And here's Coach Perry on that.
Y'all see that okay? It's the no stone zone. Coach came up with it. I don't know if y'all remember last year, we didn't want Stone kicking field goals, but unfortunately did. So he said the no stone zone inside the red zone. So today our offense came out with this inside the red zone. So they don't want Stone kicking field goals. So that's what they were holding up for one of their play calls. So I thought it was pretty cool. He's kind of a weirdo, but he's our weirdo. We love Stone.
I mean,
they could just go for it every time and not use him there.
He is.
Then he would never kick there, and all the times that you didn't make it, we would be complaining that we didn't use Stone.
I love Coach Perry. I mean, he is unfiltered, man.
Sure.
He is unfiltered.
He's an interesting character.
I mean,
I think Coach McGuire truly enjoys him too.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I think it's good kind of having.
Keeps him loose and all that good stuff.
Yeah, he's a good kind of.
Because when I think of Joey Maguire, I think of an uptight person.
I meant the team, not Coach McGuire.
Yeah. Coach Perry also talks about Stone Harrington coming back and basically says it's a relief to return to him.
Yeah, I've been very fortunate here. We've had some all the way back from Trey Wolf when I first got here to Stone. Stone's story is so unique just because, we brought in a kicker and Stone beat him out. And then just to have the year he had, I'm so happy for him. He deserves it. Any kid that wins a job in college football, just because of the day and age it is, that the stress these guys are on, that you have to go out and win, games with them, my hat goes off to them. Because, our job's on the line and their job's on the line because, when you miss kicks, the pressure they're on as college students as well on social media, they're going to get crushed. I'm going to get and I deserve to get crushed. I don't care about me. I care about those guys. So, trust me, I've been crushed my whole life. But I do care about those guys. But, for them to go out there, and they know it. They know it's part of the game. Kickers, punters, it don't matter who it is. You got to go out there and perform. And they know that it's just we put a lot of pressure on them in our meetings. Our players, they know. And these guys, from the off season, they lift, and our strength guys treat them just like everybody else. I've said something. They ain't over there smoking a cigarette and sunglasses and holding up the down markers back like they used to. These guys are out there getting after it. And so I put a lot of pressure on them. And Coach puts a lot of pressure on them. He makes it part of the team. And their captains, Austin McNamara started a great tradition here. And, look what he's doing in the NFL. And, we've got a great tradition of specialists here. And we want to do that. You got to go out and perform. And so the old who's next attitude, that's kind of what we like to do. And we're going to keep doing it as long as I'm here, I hope. So that's my plan.
There's so much there.
There is so much there.
First and foremost, clearly, Coach Perry has watched the movie The Replacements, because he just described the kicker in that movie. Mm-hmm. Okay, over on the sideline smoking a cigarette. Okay, which is also fantastic. The movie's fantastic, so it's great that he's seen it. And basically described that kicker. What was the name, Jeff? I can't remember. I just remember him being wiry. Yeah, that's all I remember. Yes, I think Coach Perry has done an awesome job because we have had great kicking for the last few seasons. Mm-hmm. I think he's done a really good job. And then the part about him beating out the other kicker, he had to beat out a guy that they were probably paying a lot more to. And that they brought in expecting him to be the starter. So it wasn't you just have to be equal to him. You have to be better than him.
Right.
And, I tip of the cap to Stone, who was a guy that they didn't, bring in through the portal. They brought in somebody in the portal to beat him out, and he beat him out and said, yeah, not so fast, my friends. You can pay him all you want, but this is my job. And so it's hard to not root for a guy like that. And one final thing is I'm super naive. I know. I get it. I totally understand. Do we really have fans that are ripping on our players on social media, that are going to Twitter after we miss a catch or a kick or whatever?
I'm sure we do.
I'm sure we
do.
Without looking, I'm
really
sure we
happening
do.
a lot?
I'm sure we do.
Have you seen the internet? It's not a friendly place.
I don't hang out there that much.
Not a friendly place. Nigel was the kicker, by the way.
Nigel, that was his name.
Nigel
yes.
Gruff is what somebody says in the chat line. Yeah.
Yeah, that's just really disappointing to hear. And I'm not saying that if it's happening here, I'm sure it's happening elsewhere. I'm sure. I'm not saying we're the only one, but it's really stinks if that's what I see the commercials, during NCAA events, and I kind of blow them off. I'm like, is that really happening? I don't know, But I would hate to think that our own fan base is doing that kind of stuff to our players.
Yeah, I think there's some of that going on.
Mean tweets is the thing.
Mean tweets.
Yeah. Watch, fully realizing that you're not going to do this, but celebrities reading tweets that were sent to them.
I've seen some of that stuff.
Same stuff to athletes.
Man, it is one thing for, Chuck and I to sit around and have a few drinks and watch a game together at the house, but sit there and be like, man, Bob was terrible today. You can't win when Bob's throwing 2 picks, and man, I don't know what our DC was doing today. I don't know why we didn't blitz more and blah blah blah. It's one thing to be doing that, but to be going after kids, I'm going to Twitter, I'm whatever, and I'm gonna say, Stone, you're terrible. You missed a kick today. I mean, that's just a different level of just pure ignorance. Just like, what are you trying to gain out of this? Do you think this is going to help your team win?
I think it makes them. I feel better. Hell, I don't know. I mean, do
you think Stone's gonna be like, oh man, I got to be better? So, at Frank Johnson will be happy with me next week.
This keyboard warriors are real. They wouldn't say squat to their face. Those fans and gamblers rip on players all over the place. You should see how people talked about Barron on Twitter last year. Oh, yes, Tech fans rip our players unmercifully on Twitter, message boards, and Facebook.
Yeah. I don't know. And even message boards a little bit. At least that's where you're conversing over those kind of things. And I get that here. I mean, on the show, we talk about the good and the bad from every game and all that kind of stuff. That's kind of what you do. So I'm not saying that we're completely, away from that. But, I mean, going after a kid on Twitter and just telling him that he's terrible. I mean, just what are you hoping to gain? It's not going to make them play better. And here's the other part. And I've had numerous coaches tell me this before, and it kind of shocks me every time I hear it. It doesn't help you recruiting wise.
Yeah.
Because when athletes see your fan base ripping on their own players or being over the top critical of coaches, players, whatever, it doesn't help you recruit. All you are doing is making it worse.
Yeah, you're just feeding the beast.
You are making your team worse by doing it. Figure it out, man. Find some other avenue to be frustrated. Go kick a soccer ball against a wall. I don't know. Yeah, I'd go for a jog, a hike, whatever. Man,
Release
put the phone down. Yeah. Put the phone down.
Your daily dose of sports and fun. This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3. Presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction. Jamie's question of the day on Double T 97.3 is brought to you by Connecticut of West Texas.
All right, gentlemen. You can disagree with me on this statement if you would like. But I would say with the Red Raider football team last season, there was clearly one specific player that was the fan favorite. Okay? Would you guys agree?
Yes.
Jacob Rodriguez was that player.
Yes.
Okay?
I was going to say Stone Harrington.
Okay. All right. Jacob Rodriguez.
No doubt.
Who is going to be the number one fan favorite in 2026?
Oh, man.
While Chuck looks, Brennan Sorsby. You don't have the guy that's been here forever. I guess Ben Roberts is probably a close second in this kind of conversation.
That was kind of where I was thinking, but I think you're right.
But I don't know that Ben Roberts' personality is as big as Jacob's is, I guess is the way to put it. Not that...
I don't think Jacob had a big personality. I think his story was just so great.
But then you get back to your de facto starting quarterback, and, oh, by the way, all the hype that he comes in with is going to grab attention. So I'm going to go with Brennan Sorsby.
I think that's a really good answer. And I think the thing with Jacob was he didn't have to have a personality because his demeanor and just his look and his story and cowboy hat and the way he played,
how good he was,
and, all that. He didn't have to say a word.
Yeah, let's take a time out. When you say he didn't have to have a personality, I am not suggesting he did not have a personality.
No, I know, but I mean,
he didn't have to have like some big crazy personality.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, he didn't have to be a wild man.
Yeah,
everything about him.
Just his actions spoke.
Yeah, was. I mean, he was West Texas to a T.
There's no question. Yeah, there's no question. Who is going to be the fan favorite? I was just trying to see if there's anybody that's coming off the top of my mind that potentially could be somebody that could stand out more than what you had with. Because I mean, you had some kind of characters too. Along that defensive line. Skylar Gill Howard kind of stood out, and I think he would have been much bigger had he stayed healthy.
I think Lee Hunter was one as well.
Yeah, Lee Hunter was very. He was kind of a comedian, and the way that he played. I'd love to tell you a receiver. I'd love to tell you somebody like Terrence Carter, but I don't think so. I'd love to tell you somebody like Coy Aiken, but I don't think so. Quentin Joyner, I don't think we've seen enough of him yet.
I think the answer could be if he starts having a really good season. Because I think everybody is rooting hard for him. It's Micah Hudson.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I feel like Ben Roberts is worthy to be in this conversation, but I just like his play is worthy to be in this conversation. It's just that I feel like I don't want to say he's still overshadowed by the story that was Jacob Rodriguez, and so I think his play is going to be fantastic. I think we're going to love him again this year. I just don't know if it'll compete with what we had last year as far as the storyline that was Jacob Rodriguez.
Yeah, because, I mean, his wife's a
all of it,
helicopter pilot, and him, and the cowboy hat, and,
she's a black
play.
Helicopter pilot.
That did go through my head. I stopped short of saying that. Okay. But that did go through my head. It's like, I didn't say it, and then you said it. Black helicopter pilot. She could be. We don't know.
No, I think we... well, I mean, I don't know what the color her helicopter is, but...
I mean...
She seemed very Caucasian to me.
But I mean, she could be one that flew those black helicopters. She could be. She could be that one. Okay. A guy that here's one wild one for you. Bryce Pollock. Pollock could be one.
I think
he's got a little personality, I think, to him.
Okay. I'm not going to disagree with you. I think he's a terrific player.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's got big time potential for the next level. I just don't know much about a cornerback becoming a fan favorite.
No, I know, but I mean, who would have thought that about
Well, he had the ball in his hands a bunch, Chuck, on offense and defense.
I think Jeff's answer of Brendan Sorsby is the best answer.
Probably is.
Yeah,
yep. Because I think he's the shiny new toy, right?
Well, and
he's the quarterback,
and he's gonna run, he's gonna throw, and it'll be interesting to see how kind of bold he is or brash he is after wins and things like that.
He seems like he's got some Texas moxie to him.
Some chutzpah.
Okay.
Chutzpah, moxie. I like the moxie.
Mm-hmm.
I like moxie.
Yeah, I think Sorsby's a good answer.
Some people confuse moxie with cockiness and all that.
I think they're probably close relatives.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. Conceited or something like that, over the top.
Yeah, John Curry's a good answer.
It is a good
answer. Because he's a hometown kid, I think that factors in, but I think just everybody loves the way he's always playing downhill. I mean, he's fun to watch in that regard. So, yeah, I think that's a good answer.
So there's a couple things. So we'll see. 7:38 this morning here on the Morning Drive. Thoughts, comments, Yates Flooring Center chat line. Go to WT973.com for that of the mobile app. Visual Edge IT hotline, it too is open. 806-771-0973. Are you, I realize we're going to break here, but just real quick, are you surprised still no basketball commitments?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, if there are,
I'm not
they
panicking. I'm not panicking, but I'm surprised.
Yeah, I guess I'm not panicking yet, but it'd be nice. It'd be nice to get one today. Put one on the old hook. Reel them in.
Your daily dose of sports and fun. This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
8:02 this morning here on the Morning Drive. Good morning. With Jamie Lent, Jeff McGuire, I'm Chuck Heinz. We come to you, Jamie, Jeff, and I, from the First United Bank studio. Thoughts, comments, Yates Flooring Center chat line. Go to doublet973.com for that, of the mobile app. Visual Edge IT hotline is open too at 806-771-0973. You know, maybe sometime for the Power Hour, we should broadcast from the front porch, front stoop here at Double T 97.3 at 6th and Q and 6th and O, really. And hand out, hot dogs or something to the folks that are commuting and going back and forth from downtown to their homes or businesses, and have a little cookout.
Some 8 a.m. hot dogs for you.
What would you think about that? Would you have one?
Possibly.
Okay.
Depend how they look.
Not a hot dog guy.
Yeah.
I know, but we could cook some burgers too.
Now he might be interested.
Okay. Have folks be out there maybe in the backyard, open up the gate, let folks.
Whoa, hang on, time out.
Through.
We went from broadcasting on the front stoop to now we're getting in the backyard.
Well,
Yeah.
It was just again thinking out loud. Maybe a bad idea. Eric on Wheels said he filed for an extension for his taxes. His new due date is August the 25th, and Jamie volunteered me to swing by his house with a Coke and a slice of pizza on the 24th.
That's right.
Then he says, "I just wanted to warn you." Wow.
Make sure.
I'll bet you if I showed up at somebody's house with a pizza and some Cokes, they'd welcome me with open arms.
I bet they would too.
Mm-hmm. They'd welcome me with open arms. We'll have High School Fan Zone tonight at 6 o'clock. Coaches from Lubbock High, Coronado, Friendship, and Lubbock Cooper will meet with Randy Rosetta, and that'll be tonight from 6 until 7:30, and then the Astros and the Rockies from downtown Houston against the Colorado Rockies. Also tonight we'll have Red Raider baseball on the air for you. They take on Incarnate Word. The warm-up show at 6, balls and strikes at shortly thereafter, about 6:34 or so tonight. I had predicted 6:40, 34:30, so we'll see if it comes down like that. I won't be able to monitor. I got something I've got going on tonight, so I won't be able to get the specific kind of down to the second kind of deal. Same
with me. I also won't be able to monitor. I'll be paying attention to actual action on the field.
Okay, right. No, I know you are like that. Okay, so here's the question. Here's the baseball question for you. It's serious stuff. I heard Choice and Chris Snead discussing this yesterday, and it got a little heated. I would tell you between those two, but I mean that's kind of it's not unusual. But the question was, and the question for you, and this is serious, is what do you think the Red Raiders need to do for the rest of the season to put themselves into serious position to be considered or even make the NCAA tournament?
Man, you're at 6 and 9 now in Big 12 play. You probably would have to go, at least, probably 10 and 5, something like that.
The rest of the way?
Yeah, in Big 12 play, something like that.
So that would mean winning the series against Utah.
Just win them all. Just go 2-1 in all of them.
Well, if you win the series against Utah, win the series against Oklahoma State, that's 4. Baylor, that's 6. BYU, that's 8. And Cincinnati, that's 10. So you'd have to. You think that they need 2 out of 3 for every series the rest of the way?
Is that enough?
It just depends. It's too hard to know for certain. So that would put you, 16-14. I'd feel better with a couple more, but yeah, you got your work cut out for you. No question.
Yeah. Or is now it's just.
But it's impossible to answer this question. You don't know what other teams are doing.
No, I understand that. Yeah. It's more of just what you think. I mean, if you think that they got to win every series from here on out, or
I don't know. You might be able to win 4 out of 5 series and not get swept in that one, and maybe pull off a sweep in one of them, something to that effect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And look, with what you have ahead of you, that if you could get
series wins, you're beating teams that have higher RPIs than you, so that is improving your RPI and giving you a better chance.
Yeah. I mean, and the other thing too, I mean, Baylor is ahead of you. Oklahoma State is ahead of you slightly by a game. Utah is tied with Tech, and Cincinnati is tied with you. So, if you could, the whole key, I guess the whole key to this whole thing is get a little bit better starting pitching.
Start games better, finish games better.
Okay.
Both offensively and defensively. Pitching wise and offense. Yeah.
But if I were to ask you your confidence level in accomplishing those 3 things, starting better, finishing better, hitting better late, probably the thing that you're most.
Well, when I say finishing better, I'm talking about the offense too.
Okay.
Yeah.
But my point would be that you feel more confident about the offense than you do the pitching.
Yes.
I mean, that's Captain Obvious stuff, right?
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But I don't. It feels like, the numbers bear it out that you're not scoring a bunch in the first 3 innings of games. You're not scoring a bunch late in close games. It seems like the bats go a little bit quiet. Maybe that speaks to the fact that other teams are stronger in their bullpen than you are. But again, it's hard to criticize an offense that's top 5 in the country and all the key stats, or most of them, not home runs, but all those key stats. But it feels like on certain days you're not playing to your potential there.
Mm-hmm.
That's what creates the margin for error that you so desperately need with, a team that does not have the quality overall of pitching that you're looking for. And so it's like in a basketball game, you need your superstars to be superstars.
Yeah.
Your offense is your superstar, okay? When it's just mid, you're going to have a hard time to win.
Yeah.
So we need them to live up to their potential.
Okay.
This has been the Morning Drive Podcast, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction. Check out our library of Double T 97.3 podcasts at doublet97.3.com.